Well, happy Monday, everyone. How are you doing out there in the internet space? Welcome back to the PJ Campbell Network, where we are on Watchalong number 50. That is right. This is the 50th Watchalong we've done since quarantine started. And that's not 50 movies altogether, because there's been double features and triple features and all sorts of things. But it feels weird that we've even gotten this far since all of this began. And if this is your first time here, welcome. We are glad to have you. I am your host, PJ Campbell. I am very excited because tonight we are going back to hang out with the Addams in the Addams Family Values. This is, in my opinion, one of the all-time great comedy sequels, and I think this is a film that is actually superior to the first because Barry Sonnenfeld got to go all out and make a very Barry Sonnenfeld film. So I'm very happy that we are doing this tonight, and I am joined by two people that, how can I do this without them? First of all, my friend Maxwell Haddad. How are you, my friend?
What's up, buddy?
I'm good. It's good to see you. Happy to have you back on this Monday night.
Yeah, I missed last Monday. It was Yom Kippur, the Jewish holiday. But I am stoked to be here, as I've said throughout the week. On other shows, I agree with you. I think this movie's better than the first one. Mm-hmm. I think it's really delightful.
Look at this guy who's in the chat real quick. What's up,
Jake? What's up, dude? How are you? I think Joan Cusack is screamingly good in this movie.
Oh, absolutely. I think she's fantastic.
Replacing as the grandmother. It's just good stuff.
It's great stuff. But real quick, we do have some other great stuff that we should probably run through real quick.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll take the reins here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have an action-packed Suddenly Soundtracks week. For the first time, I think, in the history of the channel, we are doing back-to-back Suddenly Soundtracks. First, Wednesday night, we are doing Repo, the Genetic Opera, which is an amazing horror rock musical. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it before checking out Suddenly Soundtracks. If I'm not mistaken, it's available on HBO Max, I want to say.
That is correct, I believe.
Okay, HBO Max. We're going to be joined, of course, by the host, Chris Clark, John Smith, and Dwayne Burke, and myself. That's going to be awesome. Then Thursday, come back for Shock Treatment, which is sort of a sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show. And that's going to be amazing with William Bibiani, Video Drew, and Mark Hoyt. I'll get it one day. At this point, it's become a running gag. So that's Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday. Well, here we go. Friday.
Yeah, I was like, I know it's there.
Poltergeist, Watchalong, which I think is one of the greatest horror films ever made. Directed by Tobe Hooper, produced by Steven Spielberg. And it's sort of the perfect blend between what the two of them excelled at as filmmakers. It has heart and earnestness, and it's also terrifying and has great performances. You don't want to miss that on Friday.
It also has Craig T. Nelson, and Craig T. Nelson actually being in like a film. Most people will remember him from things like Coach and like being on TV. So it's cool to see him like leading a film like this.
He'll always be Zeke from Parenthood to me. I thought that show and his performance on that was stunning. But yeah, he's great in that movie. If you didn't watch along with us last Friday, we did a double feature of Host and Haunt. Now, I know it might seem weird to go back and do a watch along that's not live, but I cannot recommend at least watching the first hour of Friday's watch along of Host Enough, because Chris Clark's near constant barrage of screaming and sheer terror is basically art. When he's not screaming, you can just see the intense fear on his face, and it brought me so much joy. Not because I'm laughing at him, but because it shows how good the film is. And like his visceral reaction is what I find so thrilling about watching movies with people. So do check that out. Let's see. Box. Everyone knows about Box. We definitely have not already filmed Box 2. Box 2 is definitely not something that's happening. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. Do not look forward to Box, say, next week. I wouldn't do that at all. Don't get your hopes up. Don't open any boxes. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Front Center Mez we did last week with Alan H. Green. It's a terrific episode. Watch it if you haven't. He's a great storyteller. Highly recommend it. Finally, I just have to thank all of our Patreon producers, our gold tier producer, Brandy Parker, our Ruby tier producers, Brandon Buckingham, Kale the Youth Critic, Stephen White, Ferris Muthana, Michael K., and Bedore. Check out our Patreon. There are many tiers with a variety of different perks and things that might excite you. We have a Discord, Box outtakes, exclusive Q&A or AMA streams. You can vote on upcoming content or get a producer credit. You get to choose a Suddenly soundtrack, and for our Platinum membership, you can choose a watch-along and get an executive producer credit. There's really a tier for everyone, and I know some of you guys who are patrons have been asking about our AMA stream. We're going to be doing that soon. Check your email for information about that in the next day or two.
Yep, absolutely. I think we have so much to offer here, and it's only going to get better because of your guys' support. Like, really, I can't thank you guys enough. You have always been kind of here with us since the beginning, and you're helping us build this audience. And I love the core group of you who keep coming back for every watch along or every episode of everything we do. Like, you guys have made this so thrilling, and I love it. I really do.
You know what else?
What else?
We have a TeePublic shop.
That is true. We do.
You can get stuff like this beautiful watch along cup. Look at this cup. Isn't that
true?
Or I'm a walking billboard. This fantastic hoodie I'm wearing.
Oh, I forgot to put mine on tonight. That is a great hoodie. It's so comfortable, by the way.
Captain Kirk in all his glory. So who doesn't want this stuff? I love it.
Look at that TeePublic store, guys. There's all sorts of stuff. And it's going to actually be getting a little bit of an update soon, too, because we may or may not have another, stream group coming up.
Well, look, I mean, we're already deep into October.
We could announce it.
We've been doing Scary Movie Squad, and I think the only logical follow-up to that is
the Merry Movie Squad.
All of November and December on Fridays and Mondays, we're going to be doing some of your holiday favorites.
Yeah.
We're going to save which movies we're watching until a couple weeks from now, but if you've enjoyed the Scary Movie Squad, you're definitely going to enjoy the Merry Movie Squad. And just because it's Merry Movie Squad doesn't mean there may not still be some films which would elicit screams from Cliss Clark.
Yeah, and there's some fantastic selections for this thing. I am very proud of what we came up with, and some of that came with the help of our next guest tonight, Mr. Tim Franco. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Channeling my Tobey Maguire here.
Yeah,
really.
You were very excited apparently about that Jamie Foxx coming back for Spider-Man news. Apparently.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's whatever. It's fine.
Should we announce next Monday, or should we wait till the end?
I think we can let him hang for a little bit, don't you think? I
will be the dissenting opinion, and I will say Merry Movie Mob because I am a fan of alliteration.
Why did we never think of that? You didn't say anything.
I put it in the chat many moons ago when we started talking about this.
Oh, I totally missed that. That is a great name.
And it was trending for a second, but apparently people forgot about it.
Well, I say we look into that. It's a good thing. I think that's not bad. But both to real quick, I mean, we already kind of talked about our feelings. Tim, how do you feel about Addams Family Values before we get into this thing?
So I know I said this when we watched last week. I like this movie like everyone else on the panel. I like this movie more than the first one, even though I do love the first one. I just think this one's like, I don't know. We got our feel of with these characters in the first movie, and then we get to see them, kind of feel even if it's possible more comfortable in these roles. You get the added aspect of the kids going to camp, which is super fun. And then you get the great Joan Cusack, who's just fantastic in this. This is probably my favorite Joan Cusack role, actually. I'm trying to think, it's definitely up there. So
it's definitely up there for me too.
Yeah.
I think my favorite still may be Grosse Pointe Blank, but that's like picking favorite children.
Yeah. I love her in School of Rock also.
Yeah, I would say she's great in School of Rock as well. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I am very excited. I think we've talked enough already. Once again, thank you guys for being here tonight. So if this is your first time here, what we're going to do is I have an Amazon Watch Party link that I've already put in the chat for you guys. So if you are hanging out there, welcome to our Amazon Watch Party. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 5. As soon as I say go, I'm going to hit play, and we're all going to watch the film together as we commentate it. We're going to talk to you guys in the chat. I'm very excited. This is just such a fun film, man. I can't wait to hang out with the Addams again and director Barry Sonnenfeld. So are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Dipper, yes, we hear you, I promise. Kale, we are starting the movie now, actually. Great timing. Oh, what's going on? Danny Ramirez is in the chat tonight.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
Haven't seen you in a bit.
Hello,
Welcome
Danny.
in, Danny.
We love them around here.
We do. We love all things of that action brigade. That's what they're called, right? A brigade?
I think that's Ben's people.
Is it?
Yeah. Action Army.
I'm already laughing at Fester howling to the moon.
I know. It's just so perfect. I keep waiting for an Ozzy Osbourne song to start
I'm not
playing.
sure there's anyone in the early 90s they could have cast more perfect than Christopher Lloyd.
I 100% agree with you.
And Christina Ricci as Wednesday is just iconic.
It's an army.
I mentioned this on last week's watch along as a little bit of trivia. But Max, do you know who Pugsley, the actor who plays Pugsley, do you know who his little sister is?
Not off the top of my head.
It's Ariel Winter from Modern Family.
Okay. Very interesting.
I appreciate that they go back to the organ being played, and when it comes back to it in this one, it's literally playing the Addams Family theme. I just think it's so good. I guys, I promise it was just sarcasm. We were just having fun with the community. I promise. I love all of you. Don't hate us.
I have my Morticia themed beer tonight.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Was this Raul Julia's last film?
I think his last film was Street Fighter. I think actually, could be wrong though.
What did Danny just said? What? That's awesome, Frank. I'm confused. Who's Frank? Frank's not here tonight. That is Tim Franco. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that the casting across the board is absolutely perfect. It's just fantastic.
How did your parents? In what Wednesday says?
It's like one of the best jokes, maybe, in the entire film.
They had sex.
Oh, just so good.
So good.
I love how Morticia just seems so calm through this
Now,
whole thing.
if I remember correctly, I think the doctor or one of the doctors is David Hyde Pierce. If I remember correctly.
Pardon.
It's an Addams.
I can already tell just watching it, you forget they definitely got a bigger budget for this one, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like right out the bat. Right off the bat. Not on the bat. Like this thing, skateboarding is just
the budget for the first one was $30 million. This one had a $47 million budget.
With $17 million, you can do a little bit more.
However, the first one grossed $191 million, and this one only grossed $48 million. So,
yeah, I mean, and I think that's part of the reason we also didn't get a third film in the end. Also, didn't help that Raul Julia, very sadly passed away not long after. Also,
yeah.
But I mean, the third film ended up being like was it Fox direct-to-television film with Tim Curry in the Gomez role?
Yeah.
I like that how they were snapping in the chat too.
You have to. It's one of the most involuntary things. It's like Pavlov's Addams snap.
Right. I agree with this also. That's a crime, both the box office and his passing.
Yeah. I love that the baby has a mustache.
Do you guys remember the name of the baby?
That's such a look at that. It's so good.
Do you guys remember the name of the baby or no?
No, off the top of my head, I don't.
It's Pubert.
That's right. One of us has to go. Wednesday's even better in this movie. Like, the humor is just so on point.
I really think Christina Ricci, God bless you,
Thank you.
one of the finest actresses of her generation, and it's a shame that she doesn't work that much anymore because I think she's incredibly talented.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with you. I really want to watch Twin Peaks again right now, just because every time I see
Lurch.
him, it just makes me want to watch. Because I'm like, I got to go back to the Red Room now, right? I love how normal this is for this family. Is a baby would be dropped off.
Oh dear. Doesn't even affect them.
Red Room. Especially. Gomez is like, or Fester just like looking around is just so good, treating it like it's some sort of tennis tournament. Yeah, 100%. Not wrong at all.
Oh yeah, this is funny when they're talking about the different things they did to each other.
Yeah, and I like that
I opened his skull and removed his brain.
I also love that Christopher Lloyd clearly gets to go even crazier than he did in the last one because now he really is Fester. So the performance is a little more over the top than it was even in the first film.
Wow, the knives. Woo.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Raul Julia was just so perfect in both these films.
Strange men and the women who avoid. I know a lot of people who could use that book.
Thanks, man.
I wasn't. The fact that you thought I was talking about you says more than what I said. And
I know.
Leave it at that.
I need that book to navigate a social life.
I was more just trying to play off the box thing. Yeah, and I need that too, Tim.
Hey, I leave my box shit for box.
I'm just saying. Oh, I didn't know about that. Rufism says that Christina Ricci is going to be doing a miniseries.
Oh, cool.
What a weird game to play.
Guilty. The baby looks genuinely worried.
I was going to say, the baby's eyes there legitimately look terrified. No, there's apparently a web series called Adult Wednesday. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check it out. The baby catches it. Is this supposed to be a christening gown? I don't know. Question mark. Woe to the Republic. So many windows. Just I feel that's how we all feel. We all just want to be a part of the Hellish Crusade.
I'm just trying to please Pyman.
Oh, look, it's Cynthia Nixon.
Yep.
It really is. Yeah, that's
young Cynthia Nixon.
She was almost governor.
it's true. Yeah, see, Reefism brought that up earlier in the chat.
There's a lot of cameos in this movie.
I feel like a lot of people probably wanted to have a part at this point.
You got Nathan Lane, you got Tony Shalhoub.
You know, I just rewatched 13 Ghosts with Tony Shalhoub. That movie is still so fantastic.
Yeah, that movie's great. The ghosts are great in that movie.
Yeah.
The ghost designs and stuff.
You know, there's 13 of them.
13.
Isn't Matthew Lillard in that?
He is. And he's fantastic in it. What did I say was down there? Did I say it was a petting zoo?
Oh, here she is.
Debbie. Debbie! Miss Debbie!
I have a hard time not loving Joan Cusack in almost anything, but she's particularly fantastic in this.
I just finished watching The Office for the 47th time last night, so I watched the finale, and she's in the finale, of course, because she plays Aaron's mom.
Oh, yeah.
She meets Aaron at the Q&A and is like, Aaron!
It's the barkeep from American Werewolf in London.
I like her in Looney Tunes Back in Action also.
Yeah, Looney Tunes Back in Action is actually like severely underappreciated. That is a perfect Looney Tunes film, and it is better than Space Jam.
Oh.
Don't at me.
Not even in competition.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Danny watched that tonight or this morning, Tim, that Office.
Yeah, I started my Office watching it again, so I just finished the show, and I'm already almost through season 1 again. Season 1's very short, obviously.
You just perpetually watch it?
It's like one of those shows that I just always put on when I'm not watching anything else particularly. It's like that and Friends, usually. Yeah. Right now. Or IT Crowd, so it's Office right now.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Try turning it off and on again.
IT Crowd is incredible.
IT Crowd is great.
Not the crappy American version that lasted like 2 episodes.
No.
Remember when they tried to make Spaced here? That was a mistake. Yeah, I'm not going to at you for Space Jam. Thank you, Kale. I think I'm the only one here who's currently binging Practical Jokers.
No, I'm the one because I'm the one that got you into it because I told you I was doing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that HBO Max had it. The little mustache is adorable. What a great first impression. The first time I ever saw Tony Shalhoub was Galaxy Quest.
Men in Black. I believe it was Men in Black for me.
That was probably my
second. Actually, this because he's in this, and I saw this when it came out. I didn't realize who he was at the time.
Good with hands, nicely done.
She licks his hand. She licks his finger. Brian's in good company. We all agree that it's better.
We all agree. Fester is adorable.
I quote this movie way more than the first one. I know so many lines from this one.
I think this one's got a better script overall. It leans heavier knowing what everyone could do, and they really, really go for the stuff that worked in the first one in a bigger way, which is why I can't believe this one underperforms so much more than this first one.
I can't remember if it was the first movie or this movie, but I know Raul Julia had like an accident on set where like his eye like basically popped out.
What?
It may have been in the first film though.
Well, no doubt about that. Overall, these are two really great films.
Apparently, he was not doing very well while he made this film. It was clear he was sick.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he would do Street Fighter after, and in Street Fighter, he was real sick. You wouldn't know he was sick while he was making this, though. He's just so good at, like, incredible. I'd like that. Someone who won't press charges. What a fantastic way to look at things.
Mom.
He was in Men in Black 2.
Yeah, Peter Graves.
Yeah.
He's an airplane.
Yeah.
Isn't he in the game?
I think so, yeah. But I always think it's just funny because it's another Barry Sonnenfeld connection, you know, because he's in Men in Black 2 also.
Barry Sonnenfeld's in this as well. He had a cameo in the first film, and he has a cameo in this film.
Yeah.
I'll point it out when it happens. Yeah, that's Peter Graves plays Captain Clarence Over in Airplane.
Yeah, I kind of think everyone in this film is sexy.
Yeah.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Airplane is so good, man.
It's my number 2 favorite comedy.
It's up there for me.
I love it so much.
My favorite comedy of all time is obviously still Tommy Boy, so...
Mine is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. My number 2 is probably Anchorman or Blues Brothers, depending on the day.
Comedy of all time.
Anchorman's up there for me, too.
Dodgeball probably, too.
I like Dodgeball, but it wouldn't be in my top, probably.
I quote it so frequently. Like, it means so much to me. Yeah, Mike says news reports the easiest way to give exposition. Yep. I really, really do like 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, 40-Year-Old Virgin is great.
Yes, it was.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall's great.
So many. One recently that I actually really loved was King of Staten Island. If you guys haven't seen it, I really suggest checking it out.
My favorite comedy of all time. That's a tough.
Oh, Brandon, you're like me. I've got the game on too.
Well, I'm going to leave now.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Don't do that way.
Who are they playing?
They are playing the Rays.
Let's go Rays.
How dare you? Don't Be a Menace is fantastic also.
The camouflage is awesome.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the movie, right? The dog?
No, that would be my background noise. You know, the corgis hold cage fights behind me sometimes.
I agree. I loved Long Shot.
Long Shot was great.
I still need to see that.
What worked so well for me about Long Shot was how believable the romance is.
It's like super believable when it shouldn't be believable at all, basically.
It's really smart and funny, but they have great chemistry, and it's kind of sexy too.
And the scene where they trip out is hilarious.
Yes, I agree. And it also uses the Frank Ocean cover of Moon River, which makes me cry every time. I'm angry.
Oh, I think it's back behind me. Why are you angry?
I Googled funniest movies ever, and the first one that came up was Scoob.
Oh, God. I want to burn things. Oh, you know what else is up there for me? I love Meet the Parents.
I'm a big fan of Dick.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the other thing, which...
I knew what you meant.
I have no
I
issue.
haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I watched it fairly recently. It's hilarious.
Home Alone, obviously. I'm a big fan of. There's a British film called The Boat That Rocked that is really fantastic. If you've never seen it, I very much suggest it.
British comedies, the thick of it.
Oh yeah.
I also am a huge fan of planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh yeah.
I like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It just makes me so damn sad.
Also, Young Frankenstein. How dare all of us?
Young Frankenstein is in my top. It's my top Mel Brooks movie, so
Mine
it's
too.
100% in my top.
Fish Called Wanda is great. Dumb and Dumber is
great.
Yeah.
Doctor Strangelove is great.
Mm-hmm.
So many great comedies out
Daddy
there, guys.
Shack is great.
Oh, this is Spinal Tap. What a great call.
Yep, Spinal Tap is great.
More recently, I loved Booksmart.
Oh yeah,
Booksmart was
Booksmart.
my favorite movie of that year. Last year? Was it last year? Yeah.
That's Ferris Bueller's dad.
Who is?
She was on.
No, that's not Ferris Bueller's dad.
No,
he was on Friends. He's Bing.
Yeah,
He's also in The Wizard.
He's in a John Hughes movie though, isn't he? Or am I just remembering?
The mom was BB on Frasier.
Oh, that's right.
Frasier's
He's
agent.
in a lot of stuff, that actor.
But you're right.
Yeah.
He was in Friends, always smacking
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, he's Chandler's boss. He's also the stepdad in The Wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's the one who keeps. He's Chandler's boss, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Bing, and slaps him in the butt.
Oh wait,
That's Christine Baranski
and Peter McNichol.
Peter McNichol. Look at this.
Yeah,
kid.
they're also favorite parts of this movie for me.
I love him in Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2, man.
If Christine Baranski is in a film, it's automatically a good film.
Yeah.
Like Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Yeah.
My first Peter McNichol movie was Dragon Slayer.
He's right. That is Harmony. Wow.
Dragon Slayer is great.
There's Barry Sonnenfeld.
Oh my God!
There's Barry Sonnenfeld.
Is that
Yeah. It's,
it is
David Krumholtz?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I almost
you guys forgot all this?
Will you just look at that little Jew?
I almost didn't recognize him without a dick on his face.
I will always think of him as Bernard the elf.
Oh yeah, I love Santa Claus.
Or in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to blow on this? Or you want to suck on this?
Didn't he have a small role in Serenity?
That sounds right.
Yeah,
he had a small role in This Is the End.
Oh yeah. I want to say he was the Mr. Universe or whatever, wasn't he? Their contact? Yeah.
Shows up in a lot of stuff, and he's really talented.
I never watched Serenity, but yeah, probably.
I love Christopher Lloyd in this movie, you guys. I'm going to keep saying it. I just love his performance so much. Like, I just love seeing him being so fun like this because I don't think that he got a chance to do these kind of crazy roles all the time.
Have you seen Camp Nowhere?
Yeah.
Camp Nowhere's great.
He's fantastic.
He's so good in that.
I saw Camp Nowhere in theaters.
Me too. I have a soft spot for that movie.
Ferris in the house. What's going on, Ferris?
What do you say?
Ferris said he enters the first thing here. Suck on this.
Oh, by the way,
I do.
That silver medal show in Ferris.
I forgot to tell you guys, I just brought it up, but we do have a Streamlabs account. If you do feel like donating a couple of shekels our direction, it helps keep the lights on. I went ahead and put that in the chat. Yeah, Camp Nowhere is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. The cast is so great, and it's funny.
I used to watch that and Ernest Goes to Camp like real frequently, back to back.
Camp Nowhere and like Meatballs, the first Meatballs.
You know, Meatballs 4 with Corey Feldman is on HBO Max. I saw that last night.
Was he in the fourth one or the third one? I remember that. Yeah,
he was definitely in the fourth one because he's on the poster that's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. There's I can put it back in, but we have a watch party link too if you have Amazon.
I'll be the victim all your life.
It might also
if you join the watch party, it'll take you to exactly where we're at.
Yeah, I'm putting that in the chat for Ferris.
That's another great Wednesday line right there. I'll be the victim all your life.
He's great in Mr. Mom Reefism.
Christopher Lloyd is in Buckaroo Banzai as well.
Yeah, he was also in the My Favorite Martian movie from the 90s with Jeff Daniels.
We don't talk about that movie.
I saw it in theaters when I was young.
I remember that movie.
Yeah. I know it's not good, but I remember seeing it in theaters.
Not as bad as a Rocket Man, though.
Oh, that movie, Rocket Man.
Not the Elton John one.
No, yeah.
I liked Rocket Man when it came out. I haven't seen it in years, though.
Don't go back.
It'd probably still have nostalgia for me, honestly.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a Schmodown question recently.
It was a Schmodown question recently. Christian said it was his favorite question he had ever asked on the show.
It's a shame. I love the Zorro movies and think Antonio Banderas is great, but if Raul Julia's health had been better, he would have been an incredible Zorro.
He really would have, yeah.
He just had that suaveness to him.
We had a Streamlabs donation, $5 from Danny Ramirez, who said, sending you all some love. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. Sending it back.
Yep. We do love a Danielle Ramirez here at the PJ Campbell Network.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to get the Back to the Future 4K set, by the way, at the end of the month. Speaking of Christopher Lloyd.
Those movies are okay, I guess.
I will rage quit this channel.
You know I love him. Chill.
I know. My favorite movie series of all time.
It's your favorite trilogy of all time?
Yeah. I just think it's so brilliantly put together, and I think it just, comes so perfectly full circle. Don't get me wrong. Is there better trilogies out there? Probably, but Back to the Future is my favorite. We would have probably been talking about Addams Family as one of the all-time great trilogies had a third one happened.
Maybe.
What could have been?
Ugly girls.
I'm not gonna. No, I get it. I get when people don't. It's all preference. Look at Mike K. How many do I own? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Did I maybe buy it on Laserdisc once upon a time, even though I don't have a Laserdisc player? Who's to say?
Raul Julia is making me sweat, you guys.
Dude, he is on another level in this sequence.
He's great, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but
close your ears now, kids. But he is so fucking sexy in this scene.
Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Yeah,
that's probably his most critically acclaimed role. I think probably. I remember that poster the cutout for that movie being in video stores when I was a kid, and I thought it was a horror movie because it's got a very interesting it had a very interesting poster with this woman with a giant spider web in the background.
Yeah.
So I actually thought it was a horror movie as a kid, which it's not at all.
Every movie should have a tango scene.
Yeah, the kiss up the arm is just. Well, Mike, just get this new 4K set that's coming out at the end of the month because honestly, it's the most definitive version of the series you're looking for.
Oh, the fire is so good.
The fire is so good. This movie is so much more quintessentially.
Oh yeah, and then he's doing dumb shit.
This is such a more Barry Sonnenfeld film than the first one because it's a full all-out weird.
The first one was his first film, right?
Right.
So he was finding his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he's fantastic. That's all. I love the weirdness of Barry Sonnenfeld, so this film hits in the right place for going to that weird.
It also makes so much sense that he produced the Lemony Snicket movie.
Oh yeah. And then he directed quite a bit of the TV show, didn't he?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
He also produced one of my favorites, Out of Sight,
Oh yeah,
He had directed Get Shorty. Both of them were Elmore Leonard adaptations.
and both of those had Michael Keaton, didn't they?
As the same character.
Yeah.
No.
No, which one am I thinking of? Jackie Brown and Out of Sight. Yeah.
Oh God.
This is amazing.
So good. Wow, Angelica can dance.
She really can.
That's how she learned it for John Wick 3.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I love about John Wick 3 is it kind of calls back to this in a way, and I love that.
I feel like I need to applaud.
So good.
Ah! If you like telling scary stories in dark at night, I recommend watching the Shudder original Scare Me, which I watched last night. It's good.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Did it scare you?
No. It's more of like a meta comedy. But I liked it a lot.
John Wick 3 is one of the greatest action films of all time.
That is so good.
There's Pennywise in the background right there.
Oh, yeah. What a nice little nod.
She's been doing TV. She did a Lizzie Borden series and she did a zombie series.
Yeah, she still acts, just she's not as prominent as she once was.
She's on that show Pan Am, which I think got canceled too early. But if that show hadn't been canceled, we may not have had Margot Robbie.
That's true, too.
She was the lead of that show.
I feel like her and Alexis Bledel went out for a lot of the same type of roles, too, like later, because they were very similar actresses.
Maybe.
Store detectives.
This is pretty, there are certain things in this that are a little raunchy for a kid's film.
Well,
Oh yeah, it gets very raunchy too, like when they get married and stuff.
yeah, there's a very similar vibe in Men in Black 3 where they definitely go for a lot of innuendo type jokes and things like that.
Yeah, but Men in Black 3 was PG-13.
No, Men in Black 2 though. Oh, I mean, yeah, they all were, but just similar in that same nature. Because again, Barry Sonnenfeld, I think.
This one's PG, right?
Is it?
I believe so.
I really actually
Okay.
so interesting because I don't hate the director's cut of that movie. Oh, Kale says this one's PG-13.
Really? Oh yeah, it is PG-13. Okay. That makes more sense.
That's also partially part of the reason it may have.
The Addams Family was PG-13 also.
Oh, I didn't realize that both of them were.
That's a surprise.
Men in Black 3 is one of the great trilogy cappers, which is so interesting. I actually like it as much as the first one.
It's shockingly emotional.
Yes.
And Bill Hader is incredible as Andy Warhol.
Yeah, and I think that
Yeah.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
I always thought Josh Brolin should have gotten a Best Supporting Actor nomination for that movie. I thought he was just fantastic in it.
Michael Stuhlbarg is great too.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh yeah, that character's fantastic.
Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin. When he's showing him the baseball game.
After Men in Black 2 was so terrible, I had low expectations and was pleasantly surprised by how enjoyable it is.
I give Men in Black 2 a little bit of a pass just because of all the stuff that happened during the production, and I understand why it feels so broken because of it, but
I already mentioned that, I don't like Men in Black 2, but it has my favorite joke of the entire trilogy, so.
yeah.
Why'd you put them little rats in my locker, man?
So good. If you watch Men in Black, if you watch all three all the way through, though, it's so interesting to me because the joke in Men in Black 1 when he asked Kay if he had ever flashy thinged him rings so different once you've seen Men in Black 3.
Circus people.
Oh yeah, I like
small hands. Smell like cabbage.
Absolutely. Is that? I'd have to look. I don't even remember what he's done post that. I mean, it's got to be better than that 9 Lives one that he did with people we don't talk about anymore. They're just shy. I love them so much in this. And trying to have them go to like this normal camp is so fantastic.
Christine Baranski makes every movie better.
Yeah.
I mean, the answer to this is yes, because he only made one movie after Men in
And that was 9 Lives.
And that was 9 Lives, which
less said the better.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's a great
a
point.
There's kind of a joke in here that didn't age super well with Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Michael Jackson was supposed to do a song for the movie, and
really?
Didn't end up working out.
Well, they're basically. I'm not surprised because they basically poke fun of the fact that he was allegedly a molester, right here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. Wow. Well, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
I want to punch the counselor's face too. A summer of fun.
I have allergies.
I love David Krumholtz, man.
Where did that guitar come from?
Right. One of the ghosts from Ghostbusters 2 brought it to him. Peter McNichol still acts. I know he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he's done a bunch of television, stuff like that.
Yeah, he shows up in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's become an all-time great character actor.
I usually absolutely hate the characters he plays. He was on Veep quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And his character was such a piece of shit, but a hilarious piece of shit. Oh, that's
yeah. She came back.
What's that actress's name? Oh my god. It's killing me.
And I mentioned this interesting fact last time, but Cousin It is played by the actor who's played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Yes.
That's Dana Ivey.
Yeah, that's her name.
She's the
Oh, nice Rufism. Now I know.
She's the hotel clerk in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Being the movie is fantastic. I like the sequel too.
P.S. de Resistance.
Oh yeah, the stripper and the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely PG-13.
Especially because they cooked the stripper.
Yeah, Peter McNichol was on 24. That is correct.
That look.
Yeah.
Line delivery.
That poor girl.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Hey, honey.
Oh my god,
Ferris.
they baked that stripper alive. Oh. That is a dark as heck joke, my guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
That is so jacked up. That poor girl. Absolutely, Danny.
Oh, I'm wearing headphones. I can't put on my hood. Oops. Oh, I made PJ
Oh,
check.
man. Yeah. I was like, man, that was good.
Ooh. Inside my cutlet.
Oh, she's so cute when she's trying to ask someone out.
Excuse me.
So very Phantom of the Opera-esque. We can give you the time, Danny. It is 42, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, absolutely fantastic costumes. Yeah, Mike, I think that they did it in the dance scene too. Like, there's a lot of instances of them using the theme in really cool ways in this movie that are playing into the actual film. Yes, the wedding scene right now, Danny.
Ditto. Debbie, the temptress of Waikiki.
Yes. The way she rolls her eyes. Oh. Tramp.
God.
They should make a third sequel now with Christina Ricci married to David Krumholtz's character.
Addams Family, the next generation.
Could you imagine? Time Life, what a product placement. Yeah, the dead body behind the car is incredible. Yeah, Canada. I agree. I think it'd just be fun to revisit the characters.
Guy for me. Promise.
Ferris, she about to kill him.
Oh my god.
He's just got the light in his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, the light bulb thing is just so good. I'm upset. Yeah, Addams Family Reunion. That scene was very shocking and correct. That's why you don't take baths, Ferris. That's the reason. Granny down the hallway. She's just evil. No kidding. That's just evil.
It's interesting how they use Fester as like kind of like the focal points of both the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's the major plot point for both of them, really.
Mm. I mean, I guess it's the same reasons because he's the older brother.
Yes,
so he technically has claim to the fortune.
Maxwell's Pac-Manning right now. Oh, he's doing hand puppets.
He's doing the hand puppets that Fester talked about.
The sexy saxophone music.
Yeah. Danny said this is the first movie that put Joan Cusack on her radar. She didn't watch it, say anything or any of the 80s movies until she was older. I could see that.
Pugsley kills a bald eagle. That's an American bald eagle. Aren't they extinct? Now they are. They are now. Which they aren't. I've seen several up in northern Arizona.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yes, Ferris, that is the elf from the Santa Claus, David Krumholtz.
One of the first things I can also think of that I kind of knew Joan Cusack from was also Toy Story 2, because she's the voice of Jessie the cowgirl.
One of my early, I think it predates this film, was the movie Toys with Robin Williams.
I
like that movie.
The movie's scary.
It is bizarre.
That haircut.
Kind of like he's channeling Boris Johnson from the UK, kind of.
These are beautiful things there from catalogs.
Yeah, School of Rock was just so good. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I was. What year did this come out? 94 or 95?
93.
93? I was 3 years old when this came out.
You're a baby.
I was a baby.
I think
I was 9.
I think I'm the same age as Danny. I was 6.
I'm the youngest person here. Does that make me even?
God, no. Hogue is the Evan now.
That's true.
Who is missing? I haven't seen him in months.
I know. I hope he's alive.
Gallifrey.
TARDIS. See, I can do it too.
Alonzi.
Talking to my dog. There he is.
Yeah, Mike, we miss Hogue too. Kinda. Canoes. That looks like one of the Camp Crystal Lakes, Tim.
Could be. I love the trading cards they have here.
Yeah.
That Zodiac guy.
Here he is.
Yeah, there we go.
I like how the one that Pugsy tries to trade is Amy Fisher. So topical for the early 90s.
Everyone's missing everyone.
Who's even?
Gallifrey, I'm not going to scratch your butt. He's like rubbing his butt against me.
I just spilled Gatorade all over myself.
Did you have a drinking problem like an airplane?
I guess so.
Oh, hey.
I will be right back.
What's up, Shug? How you doing? My God.
Irwin, Jamal, Jamal. I can't pronounce it. It's so ridiculous. The kid. I've seen that kid and stuff before too. Actually, I feel
Have
like
you?
he looks familiar. She's like, oh my God.
Look at her eyes. How about that?
Oh yes, nice.
A gossamer blanket of ecstasy. lips are busy.
Morticia's like, when she's like, "You've placed some curse over Fester. That I admire." Something like that. I respect that. I respect that.
So good.
Oh yeah, pastels. One of my favorite parts is coming up where they go to the police station to try to report it as like a crime. It's so good whenever Gomez is like explaining it to Nathan Lane, who's like the officer that he's talking to.
Yeah.
So funny. I believe they own a Buick.
It's like, how do you arrest someone for being whipped? Yeah.
Get out of here.
Sorry about that, guys.
All
I'm
good?
back now. Danny, this is duly noted because I would love to have you on here more.
Wait, quiet. It's my favorite part.
Sorry.
Right here, this line.
Yeah, it's Carol Kane, who was also on Kimmy Schmidt. Is that right?
Yes.
I would argue that, Nathan Lane is one of the funniest people ever,
Yes.
which also
yeah.
leads me to Birdcage being one of my favorite comedies ever.
Yeah, Birdcage is incredible.
Birdcage
I've watched
is
that movie
incredible.
so much lately too.
Yeah, I love that.
So
movie.
good.
It's incredible.
You know what's really funny about this is when they did the Addams Family on Broadway, Nathan Lane played Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a little Addams experience.
The lighting on her eyes is incredible every time.
I'll be a widow. Happy Turkey Day.
Why are they doing a Thanksgiving play at summer camp?
That's a good question.
Christine Baranski is also in The Birdcage.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's great in it.
Yep.
Great.
I have not listened to the musical yet. This was one I totally missed, so I can't wait to actually go back and listen to it now.
There's a couple songs I like. And the set design was amazing.
That I believe.
I think some of its narrative issues are fixed on the tour. It's one of the ones where they really rewrote it a lot for the tour.
That makes sense. Learning from their mistakes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't.
An example.
Example. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Her character.
Yeah. Does anyone else now really want to watch Mamma Mia?
The second one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch The Birdcage.
Yeah.
Also true.
It's on Amazon.
Ferris, is this a camp or a cult? That's a great question.
A little bit of both.
It's an alt-right camp. Bunch of white kids. It's Disney.
Meanwhile, Sound of Music isn't Disney, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, now it is.
Well, now it is, yeah.
Yeah. So this joke is actually technically correct.
They were
Way
before
ahead
the
of time.
time. Yep.
The Brady Bunch. But dude, those Brady Bunch movies from the 90s are really
they're great. They're great.
It's another great adaptation from
The
the
casting was great in those two.
Yeah. Gary Cole. Yeah,
Gary Cole.
Is it
Shirley Jones? Sure.
Shirley MacLaine?
No, it's damn it, who is the mom?
Yeah, it's
Shelley Winters.
Shelley Winters. Yeah. That is correct.
And
Ben Stiller's wife, Christine Taylor.
Yeah.
Yep. Christine Taylor.
Sure, Jan.
Oh God, I really
Michael McKean is the neighbor.
Yep. That might be my favorite TV adaptation next to Dragnet.
I love Dragnet. Dragnet's great.
Yeah, Dragnet's awesome. If you guys have never seen Dragnet, I cannot recommend it enough.
Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks.
That was streaming recently too. I don't know if it currently is anymore, but it was available, I think, on Amazon.
They did Clockwork Orange, those kids.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much. She's scaring me. Yeah.
That's just so screwed up. That smile is not okay.
My baby.
The lighting on Angelica Houston's face really is just on another level in this one.
And she's like describing Bone and Brine. She's like describing all the jobs that the baby could have. President.
Yeah. Chris, we were just talking about how they should do a third film now with Christina Ricci and David Krumholtz in the lead. Yeah, the crib transforming too is great. Oh, that's right. That's a good call. Nice.
Ally McBeal.
Downey Jr. was on it. Yeah.
Say that.
Twinning again.
Forever.
When Gomez is like looking up to the sky and like, God, please, why?
President. That's so good. President Addams. Could you imagine?
The Addams administration.
Oh.
God.
Dear Lord.
Oh God. Here's the name I chose. I am a turkey. Kill me.
I went off on a limb and chose the name Maxwell.
It's a little bit of a reach, but I can buy it.
Eat me. What does David Krumholtz's mom say? She's like, $30,000 for summer camp, and he's Chief Woo Woo, or Mr. Woo Woo. I don't remember. Eat me. The guy who's in Friends that plays the dad, he's like the perfect like yuppie like guy. So he's like perfect for that role. That's basically what he is in everything. Is this yuppie dude.
Oh, it's a bomb.
A bomb. Yeah, and Fester guesses that because he's like trying to guess what it is. It's a bomb. Or he's like dynamite.
Mike, how adorable. She thinks she can kill Fester.
No. Ain't gonna happen.
Why is it that every time I hear Just You Wait, I immediately think of Hamilton? Tim Canada says, how many times have you seen this movie?
I watched this. I mentioned this last stream, but when I was growing up when I go to my grandma's house, there was like 6 VHSs we could watch, and 2 of them were the Addams Family movies. So I watched through those movies a lot. So I've seen this movie a lot. So I know a lot. I'm refraining from quoting most of this movie.
Jesus.
They've brainwashed these kids. This also looks like where they might have shot the end of American Pie.
Awful people.
Yeah, terrible.
Typical that type though.
Oh yeah.
Like here's the line.
He's Mr. Woo Woo.
Mr. Woo Woo.
Mr. Woo Woo.
I am a turkey. Kill me.
Chris said, now I want to cross over with the Addams Family in the 90s Brady Bunch. I would watch the shit out of that, actually. I just realized also, like the Addams Family movies, the Brady Bunch movies, there was 2 that were theatrical and then a third one that went direct to television that was also a Fox movie, similar to Addams Family.
Here comes the great Wednesdays. This whole monologue is great.
Yeah.
Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen. A surprise guest.
Oh, what's up, Danny?
Hello.
Hey, Danny.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm not sure if I'm where you all are at.
Wednesday's delivering her little speech about
epic monologue.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty much in that same spot.
It's so good.
It really is. So especially as like a young female who was very much into like goth culture, but not knowing what goth culture was at the time. Hello, everyone. This speech right here was such a big influence, just like in my life, that allowed me to feel like not being normal was fine. So I love this movie.
It's just so good, man.
I mean, they're kind of getting what they deserve.
Yeah.
Am I too loud? Is anything too loud over here?
No, you're good.
If anything too loud, it's Dipper.
No, it's not Dipper.
No, man, that's Gallifrey barking.
Oh, Gallifrey. My bad.
Gallifrey.
Wow. Way to blame Dipper.
Gallifrey, come here.
I still love you, Dipper. I'm sorry that Uncle Max was mean to you.
Oh.
He looks very sad right now.
Dipper.
This is a thrilling play.
This is the best part.
I don't know. I think it kind of went up in smoke. Don't give me that look.
It's great because they legit want to murder people.
Yeah. Oh man, this chaos is just the best.
I love the character in the wheelchair part.
Yeah.
Too. All of the people who are marginalized and not treated properly, taking back control.
Oh, it's just so good, man.
She straight up pulls out a straight razor, right? Is that what it is?
Says they love your hair, Danny.
Oh, thank you. It's purple.
Ba-na-ma-ma. Oh,
Am
no,
I
it's not.
Ferris? Am I better than that? Because I think I just made that joke. The cookie and the camp counselors. Oh, it's just so good.
My goodness. This is poetic cinema.
There's Tony Shalhoub,
Yeah.
Yep.
a macho man.
I wonder if he's actually Jack Jeeves here and just pretending to be a guy in the Navy.
No, I like to think he's more Adrian Monk before he got all crazy.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
This is also probably the first movie that I've seen Tony Shalhoub in, but
It was
not realizing.
Yeah, it was technically the first movie I saw him in, but I didn't know who he was.
Until Men in Black, probably for
Yeah,
me.
Men in Black was like the first one. I was like, oh, who is that guy?
And Galaxy Quest also. He's great.
Yeah, Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest.
And I always remember him in Siege because his character's last name was Haddad,
Yeah, from the Siege. Yep.
which resonates for obvious reasons. Poor fashion.
Okay, look, I do have to say something about Joan Cusack's fashion inside of this movie because, like, that was such a I saw this movie when I was really young, so that was like elegance to me. Like the way that she's wearing this like scarf over her head and like off the shoulder stuff like that she's wearing, like haute couture. For sure. Like that was my idea of elegance, and that's what was so great about this movie, that it allowed me as a young person to see this type of elegance and understand the difference between that, like where Fester came from and that goth culture to this like other side of elegance.
I like that.
And then all of this right here, like with everything that happens with Debbie, it's so great. So
She doesn't even look. She's so
Yeah.
cold.
That's the scene that John McTiernan guest shot.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just kidding.
I would have believed it, yeah.
I would have believed it straight up, especially because he would have done Last Action Hero right around
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
So,
I mean, she looks pretty fabulous in like an old like Hollywood femme fatale kind
Yeah.
of way.
she also it got a Janet Leigh vibes for me too.
yes, that was the best part.
My husband was in that house.
Agreed, Canada. He's so happy. I put you dead.
You know this is a 90s movie too, because during the 90s, the only handgun they ever seemed to use was a Desert Eagle, which is that gun right there.
Yeah, because she would definitely have one of those, right?
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to shoot that. I mean, she could probably, but not holding it the way she is.
Aw, Brandon wants Stanley to know he always is happy to see you on screen.
I love Mr. Buck. He's the best.
Truly.
The hand's a pretty good driver considering it doesn't have eyes.
No, seriously. Yes.
Things effects are even better in this movie, honestly.
It looks
It's
like
very
stop
impressive.
motion, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the roast.
Yeah, I always remembered the meatloaf or whatever the hell it is.
Yes.
Leave the gun, take the roast. I don't think that's the line, but
It's close enough, I think.
I'd rather have roast than cannoli, honestly. I'm not a big cannoli fan.
Really, I love cannoli.
Just because I don't like the type of cream they use. It's a little too frosty for my taste. I prefer like a cream, like an actual cream.
Sure.
Like a custard.
Welcome to our new show, Cake.
If they filled it with custard, I'd be happy. But I don't like a frosting cream, really.
All right. I mean, we all have opinions. I love you, Tim. That one's the wrong opinion, but
Yeah, I'm the one that's part Italian on here. Okay.
I'm not huge on cannolis either. They're fine.
I prefer sweet over savory, so that's the only reason why I'm going cannoli over a roast.
Give me an eclair over a cannoli any day.
I can't deal with this type of blasphemy right now. My God. Like,
but how romantic is giving someone your retainer? Like,
that's true.
That's just epitome of romance right there.
Not even your retainer, wasn't it? Amanda's retainer. It was the girl's retainer, the mean girl. This is our mutual villain's retainer.
Ferris, I'm going to need you to get on the cannoli thing as soon as possible.
Yes, please. Sorry, not sorry, actually. Cheers.
Cheers.
Reefism, it's interesting because the Oscars, a lot of the time, it does. If they do give comedies like nominations, it's almost always performances. So it's interesting that you guys are having that conversation, because if the one time I could see this happening would be with something like this. When you look at like As Good as It Gets and things like that, they always get nominated when they're comedies for Best Supporting Actor a lot of the time.
I mean, Joan was nominated for In and Out, which is definitely a comedy.
Yeah. Him singing this is so good.
Raul Julia is perfect in this.
Yeah.
And of course, he has a gorgeous voice, which, the stage actor musicals.
Yeah. Raul Julia is perfect in everything.
This is true.
Yes.
As Good as It Gets is absolutely a comedy, Ferris.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it deals with some dark themes, but it's definitely a comedy.
Yeah.
Good Times, Noodle Salad.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen As Good as It Gets once, like a long time ago. I have not seen it.
I was really into it when it came out. I watched it a lot on VHS, and then I haven't seen it for years now.
I think it was on Netflix. I'm not sure if it still is.
I think I definitely saw it on VHS. My mom used to work at Hollywood Video, so there was a time where I saw a lot of random movies just on VHS just because I had access to them.
Oh, cool.
And I'm pretty sure As Good as It Gets was one of them.
I love that movie, man. Yes, that is the same one, the one with Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson.
And Greg Kinnear and
Pete
Ulrich.
Yep.
Pete Ulrich.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yep. Carol the Waitress.
As Good as It Gets is the best film about the American healthcare system ever made.
All right.
This is just so beautiful.
So my actual favorite part of the movie is coming up, which is where Debbie goes through all the different husbands that she had.
Oh yeah,
and why she killed them, and how crazy she is. No Mercedes this year, honey. We have to set an example.
Agreed.
Malibu Barbie.
There was in Addams Family Values electric chair thing they had in arcades.
Oh yeah.
Like put your hands on it and it would just vibrate a lot.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that too.
I do too.
Guys, I loved arcades.
And then there was the remember the Addams Family. Wasn't there an Addams Family game on Nintendo? Fester's Quest or Fester's something?
Yeah, there was.
If there was a pinball machine in any arcade, and if there was the Addams Family pinball machine, that was the one that I would go to.
I was a ballerina.
Did she just have these slides in her car, like in case I need to monologue?
Yes.
Visual aid?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had to go.
She's very prepared.
Every villain understands you have to have a monologue prepared.
You have to be ready to explain your plot and your reasoning.
Exactly.
The funny part is she fits right in with the Addams Family.
Yeah.
The Incredibles taught us that, really, truly, y'all.
Oh yeah, Harold Ramis was as good as it gets. Also, I miss Harold Ramis.
Mm.
I'm excited to see his cinematic legacy live on in Ghostbusters Afterlife next year.
No Mercedes this year, Debbie. We have to set an example. Oh yeah? Set this! That's the best one.
Oh no, I knew exactly what you meant, Canada. I knew you were totally serious. And it's really interesting to me.
To go back and watch that. That sounds interesting to me.
Tim is like delivering the lines.
Set this!
Nope.
I honestly don't think that I know any other Addams Family origins other than like I know that there was like an animated show. I know that there were these movies. It was a comic.
It was a
There
comic.
and then there was a TV show in the 60s.
It's like a black and white, sort of like the Munsters.
Right?
Yeah.
Right around the same time. So good. John Astin plays Gomez in it.
That was really how everyone became familiar with them, was that TV show.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And then there was a Broadway musical, which was okay.
Apparently there was an animated series in the 90s too, because someone brought it
That
up.
I watched.
Chat. I didn't remember that, to be honest.
I watched that. I definitely watched the animated series in the 90s. I know 100% I did.
The only time I really watched them animated was the Scooby-Doo movies that they did.
I watched everything Scooby-Doo.
This whole house.
I own all Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and then there was an animated movie last year.
Yeah.
Where Oscar Isaac played Gomez, who I always thought would be perfect if they did a new live-action movie.
Yep. Yeah, Eva Green has always been my choice for Morticia in live action.
She basically played that role in Dark Shadows and everything else she does.
True.
Who just popped into my brain? Anna de Amas.
And it's them. I love that it's them.
It is so perfect that it's them. Who pops in your head?
Anna de Armas.
Oh, that's good too.
That is good.
I
With
love
an
her.
Oscar Isaac Gomez. Oh,
Yeah, that would be dangerous for literally everyone involved.
So the baby has to basically do the same thing Doc did in Back to the Future.
Yep.
to send Debbie back to 1985.
Helena Bonham Carter as grandma would be fantastic.
yes, I would love that. The credit cards that drop are.
The real question is, who do you get as Fester?
Who?
I said that's what I said. Who?
Bill Hader for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
Bill
good.
Hader. I just think he'd crush in that role.
Give me Tilda Swinton as Lurch.
Ooh,
That'd be amazing.
That'd be incredible.
I would love that, but let it be an actual gender swap.
You know, also because Fester is Anthony Kerrigan.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that would be good too.
He's already bald. Bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine Bill Hader going all in on this. There was an SNL sketch where he played Frankenstein that was like brilliant.
Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein's monster. Thank you, Tim.
I would just love to see like a good all-star cast take this movie or adaptation seriously and do it justice and give it like a good performance and an overall good story and stuff like that. So it would be great to see the Addams Family come back again, because I think it's a movie that a lot of us genuinely love. Like anyone who grew up in this time loves this movie, loves this story. It's classic. It's never really been done in a bad way that like taints the history of it in a way. So I would genuinely love to see this again in maybe not in the next year or so, but at some point I would love for the Addams Family to continue to have a resurgence like every so often, because I think this is a franchise that is great and is wonderful. And I love it, and I would love to see other people adapt it. And also, I'm just saying this just because it's like I would love to see a big Latinx representation inside of this franchise, because I feel like this type of franchise gives that the opportunity for it. So I would love to see that 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd like to see someone also take a crack at the Munsters.
Yes.
I miss the Munsters.
Me too.
What was that?
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
He looks just like Eddie Munster.
Yeah. Thanks. That party hat. Nice
The
cool.
Attack of Eddie Munster. I like that one of the statues is just like a big thumb.
Yeah.
That's the late Thumb Addams,
Never know.
the renowned hitchhiker of the family. Hitchhiker and movie critic.
Wife and Psycho.
She was sloppy. I'm telling you guys, we need a movie about them now as adults.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, David Krumholtz is like a preteen here, and he still reads like an old man.
Yeah. That's her way of telling him that they're gonna get married. Is she
The
tries to
old-
scare him to death?
the old Carrie gag.
Yeah.
Produced by Scott Rudin. Oh wow.
Yeah, I noticed that in the first one too.
The first one too.
I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about this song.
This is called 1993.
Yep.
Yeah, this is called 1993 music right here.
That's right. Whoop. You got to have a whoop.
Because we got that. Right, you know, a couple years before we got that ninja rap from Vanilla Ice.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
And then it wouldn't be long after this that we get Space
It's the
Jam.
Green Machine gonna rock the
You know
town
who?
without being
There it
seen. Have you
is.
ever seen a turtle
Who?
get down? Slam and jam into the new real sound.
Man, this is just so.
ADD Addams.
I love this so much because
Gotta rock.
it feels like a time
With the
capsule.
power of the Ninja Turtle.
I'm being sent back to my childhood right now.
No, let's live in the 90s forever. That's fine. Like 90s movies. Like maybe not all of the 90s, but like 90s movies. Ninja Turtles, The Addams Family. Like let me live in that forever. I'm fine.
I have no disagreement with any of that because I'd love some of that 90s goodness. Plus, you know, the 90s gave us Mulan and some just really fantastic stuff.
And Monster Vision.
That's true. Monster
Toy
Vision.
Story. 94. Woo.
1999 also had House on Haunted Hill, which is the best.
A lot. 1994 and 1995 is a great milestone for music and movies. Those 2 years, a lot of really good shit came out. So sorry,
Dude,
I'm not sure if I can cuss on this.
Gratefully
Of course you
acknowledge
can cuss here.
services and assistance of the Lady Coilton in the making of this film. Oh,
I was going to say the 90s gave us like Jim Carrey at his peak. '94 had Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura all in the same. Like, no actor had that kind of trajectory in 1 year that he had.
I'm just vibing on this song.
Yeah, now I want to watch.
I closed it.
Addams Family, there it is.
Tim's not having it.
There it is.
Yeah, that weird resurgence of like hip hop in pop culture for movies and stuff like that, like in that 90s, like that good like 91 through 93 phase, like where every movie theme song was like a hip hop based theme song.
Yep.
Awesome. Loved it.
In big part thanks to Will Smith.
Yeah, because Will Smith was doing it for almost every song he did, or every movie he did. Like, if you look at Men in Black, you look at Wild Wild West, like Fresh Prince, even.
Concussion.
Yeah, Concussion, great song. Nicely done, Tim. Although he didn't do Men in Black 3, and I'm always going to be upset about that. We got Pitbull instead.
Yeah.
And that song is not very good.
The talent of Pitbull with the confidence of Pitbull.
I mean, Mr. 305. What can we say?
It's true.
About Mr. 305.
What, y'all?
What about his Africa cover? That is a thing.
Aquaman?
Yeah. All right. So we just watched Addams Family Values, the 1993 comedy. I'm going to start with Danny, who came in late. What is your thoughts on this movie? Because we didn't get to talk to you a lot.
This is one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Absolutely. It was a movie that I grew up with. It's a movie that I genuinely enjoy watching every single time that I have the opportunity to watch it. So it wasn't on my radar at all. And then as soon as I saw that you guys were watching it, I had to go ahead and put it on because I had access to it. So thank you so much for having me on tonight to give a little bit of insight for this movie, because genuinely it really is one of my favorite movies of the 90s, and especially as a girl in the 90s who was into like a little bit of goth stuff at the time. Addams Family, watching Wednesday Addams, Christina Ricci just kind of grow up was a big deal for me overall. Just so Addams Family was a big movie for me in my life, and I love this movie. This is a movie that I can watch all the time, and I'm glad that other people genuinely appreciate this movie for what it is. It's a great family movie because it's not too crazy, it's not too out of the way, but it's just enough for anyone who is into anything that's just a tiny bit out there. So I love this movie, and I'm glad that other people appreciate this movie. So thank you all so much for having me on for this.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, I can't even say it better than any of what you said of why I love this movie. I'll go over to you, Maxwell. How are you feeling?
Yeah, this movie is delightful and dark in equal measure. I actually forgot, because I hadn't watched it in a couple years, how mischievous it gets at points. I didn't even realize it was PG-13. I thought it was PG, so like all like the sex jokes. And then to me, like the piece de resistance of the film is when Wednesday takes over the Thanksgiving play. It's so perfect and on point. I love it. And I love all the little like bit parts too, like Nathan Lane, hilarious. Christine Baranski, awesome. It's so good. And like I said, it's better. I think it's better than the first one. But it just like is perfect for October because it's like a little spooky, a little creepy, but like Danny said, not too much. Even though it has some dark humor and some sex stuff, it's still a family movie, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why so many of us grew up watching it and enjoying it, because it was kind of looked at as a family film in the best way, in my opinion. Tim, what are your thoughts now that we've watched it?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it holds up. I mean, obviously some of the stuff with the play doesn't hold up, but I think the fact that they kind of like poke fun at the fact that the play is obviously, problematic, with the fact that Wednesday kind of takes it over and, shoves it on the white person's face, basically,
Yep.
Which
but
we
yeah,
should all do more of.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Absolutely.
Joan Cusack is awesome in this movie.
Brilliant.
She's hilarious and a great, psychopath.
Gremlins 2 is a masterpiece.
But yeah, no, it's a great movie, and I think the characters, I think feel they'd done the first movie, so I think they feel more like they already had their feet wet with these characters, so they're just even better. And Angelica Houston and Raul Julia's chemistry is great. And yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and Chris Lloyd is just so fucking fantastic in this, guys. Like, I love him going full Fester.
You never go full Fester unless you're Christopher Lloyd.
Exactly. Or in my mind, Bill Hader.
Yeah,
he really could. We got a Michael K donation in the Streamlabs, of course. Thank you, Mike. He said, this was a lot of fun, and I'm glad we got to watch the Addams Family movies together. Also, great to see some call to action representation on the stream. Well, I think that pretty much says that with that. But Maxwell, you know what? I think we should announce next Monday. What do you think?
Next Monday. I'm excited. Are you excited, PJ?
I'm super excited. It's
can't wait. Not what people may be guessing. It's not the animated Addams Family, which would be logical. Who needs logic when we're going to watch Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to be on another Monday.
Yes, you are. I am super excited. This is one of my all-time favorite films.
There's a Video Chronic quiz tonight.
There is. That's true.
Oh.
We love Beetlejuice. We love the movie. We love the animated series, which I own on DVD. Love the musical, which I saw 6 times, and I hope finds its way back somehow. I listen to the album all the time. I have a lot of merch, so I got to figure out what Beetlejuice merch to wear. And honestly, like, it speaks to my heart because I myself am strange and unusual.
Yeah, this is easily one of my all-time favorite films. It's a movie that means so much to me. It's a movie in a world that I love visiting all the time. I mean, even last time when Tim and I were hanging out, like, I had the Beetlejuice music playing. I always listen to the musical. I'm always looking up videos on YouTube and shit.
The musical is great, but Elfman's score is fucking iconic.
Yeah.
Oh man,
so good.
Beetlejuice is just the best.
You guys think I could quote Addams Family Values?
We may have to mute you next week, Tim.
Probably.
Ferris seen Beetlejuice. Wow.
Oh my God. Well, Ferris, you'll have to join us next Monday to watch it.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good Beetlejuice impression, if I don't say so myself.
What are you guys going on in the coming days over on Call to Action?
So what we have going on coming up, I'm not exactly too sure what we're finalizing things for Schmobates. We're trying to finalize some things for Chill to Action, but you can definitely find us on Call to Action Live Saturday. Find us there, and we will every Sunday we do Chill to Action Live, and we will be there. So find us there at 8 Pacific time, 10:15 Central time.
Awesome. And where can people find you online if they want to follow you?
You can find me on Twitter at DannyJoy, DANIEEJOY, and then on Call to Action. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Tim, where can the kids find you?
You can find me at tfranco84 on Twitter. Find me here on the PJ Campbell Network on the Scary Movie Squad stuff a lot. I missed last Friday. I had a commitment with some friends, so I was bummed because I really wanted to be here for those 2 movies specifically. But I watched the Watchalong. Definitely check it out, especially the Host one. It's worth watching. Also, watch the movie Host if you haven't seen it. The movie's great. And so that's what's going on with me.
Awesome. As I said, we're doing 2 Suddenly soundtracks this week. It's back-to-back spooky themed musicals. Repo the Genetic Opera on Wednesday with myself, Chris Clark, John Smith, and Dwayne Burke. And Thursday, Shock Treatment, which is basically the sequel to Rocky Horror with William Bibiani, Video Drew, and Mark Hoyt. I finally got it. I did
Hoyt,
it.
That is what we call character growth, you guys. Character growth.
It's Hoyt, not Hoyt.
Yeah.
Hoyg?
Hoyt.
I was close.
Hoyt.
We'll take it. We take it as character growth, Tim. We take it as character growth.
What's on your shirt?
Poltergeist.
Oh, that's funny. That's what we're watching on Friday. Poltergeist. I think it's one of the great horror films ever made. I'll be wearing a Poltergeist shirt. Please join us for that. If you haven't, check out Box. We definitely have not filmed a second episode. You definitely don't have that to look forward to. Probably sometime next week. Definitely not. Nothing to see there. And of course, a huge thanks to all of our Patreon producers, our Gold tier producer, Brandy Parker, Ruby tier producers, Brandon Buckingham, Kale the Youth Critic, Stephen White, Ferris Muthana, Michael K. and Bador. And if you haven't already, check out our Patreon. We have 5 different tiers with all sorts of different perks and rewards and access to us. If you're not already sick of us, you can talk to us whenever you want on the Discord. We're going to be doing some exclusive AMAs and Q&As We have Box bloopers called Bloop Bloop at our $5 and up tier, which some have said is even better than Box. I can't speak to that because I don't like watching myself break, which is about what half of Bloop Bloop is me breaking. And
you're about as good as Jimmy Fallon was on SNL.
That's an insult.
that was the point about keeping straight and breaking.
How dare you? Anyways, also, we have our TeePublic shop, and you can also look on the bottom row for what we have coming up with Scary Movie Squad through the duration of Halloween. Poltergeist, Conjuring double feature, Cabin in the Woods, Tim Burton's masterpiece, Sleepy Hollow, and on Halloween itself, a double feature of Trick or Treat and Halloween 18. It's going to be awesome. And then, as we announced at the beginning of the show, as soon as Scary Movie Squad is done, we go right into Merry Movie Squad.
There are so many freaking awesome movies picked out for November and December, and I can't wait for you guys to see the lineup. And there's some talent involved too. I gotta say, we got some good pools already for some of the stuff coming up.
We have a lot of fun guests coming in Merry Movie Squad. A lot of people you'll know from the Schmodown and other stuff.
Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Cinemaxwell, Instagram at Cinemaxwell Inc. You can find me, of course, on the PJ Campbell Network. Whoop whoop. PJ, close us out.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, PJ_Campbell. Of course, you can find me here hanging out with all these lovely people pretty much twice a week doing all of this fun stuff. And then check out all of our other shows. And you can find me at the Movie Trivia Schmodown, where I write questions and, don't yell at us when you don't like stuff. We are freaking human. That's all I want to say. If you think that you probably shouldn't say the thing, just don't say it.
If you haven't watched today's match yet, you have to watch it. I would put it up there with all-time great Schmodown matches. It's amazing.
100% yes. Agree with Max on that. As a longtime Schmodown fan, agree with Max on that.
Yeah. So go check it out, guys. We're going right towards the end of this singles tournament already. So just go over, watch the match. You guys will love it. I know that I did, and I know that these fine folks did as well. So with that, guys, we will see you again on Friday for Poltergeist and then next Monday for Beetlejuice. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.